Good morning and welcome to a special episode. Today we are here in New York City in Chinatown, and I kind of wanted to take you on the field and show you how I'm looking at things. Now, there is something to know is that right now is a gray day, it's slightly rainy. It is the most boring type of light that you can imagine, but this is exactly why I think it's going to be a great exercise. I want to show you how I look at the different light sources and how you can find them. So first of all, if you use your hand, you already realize that it's very easy that right now I'm being lit up by some red stuff, right? So there's some red stuff, and the reason is simply because if you look here, over here, well, you've got a red sign. So clearly you can see that my face has different type of light. What I want you to do whenever you are in the location, I really want you to think about the light and how it's hitting your subject. So use your hand. I instantly noticed that something was red on the other side, not at all. So if we move a little bit that way, what we now realize is that we're being lit just by the natural light. So it's gray, it's flat, it's kind of boring. I don't have too many shadows, which can be a good thing for portraits, but if you're trying to do some streets and walk a lot with shades, that might not be the best day to go out. However, if we look around us, there are tons of possibilities of different photos because you have light from inside the shop right here. So you've got neon light right here, then you've got the car lights that are starting to light up over here and all the cars driving by, which means you can use all those light sources to create different effects. You don't have to rely on the sky. And I think that's something very important. Now if we move a little bit further, and if you guys remember what we talked about, which is simply visualizing, seeing and capturing, well, in that case, you really want to be visualizing. First, you might have seen everything around you. There are billions of stuff happening. Now, in terms of visualization, you might want to focus on just one type of photos. You know, it can be someone inside a shop working, or it can be someone passing by or shooting through windows. You want to focus on only one thing and visualize that photo, and then look where you could make it happen. But then when you're going to capture it, it's going to make it easier. So right now behind me, there are tons of stories that you could tell. You could tell literally the story of the fisherman over here who's been working maybe for 30, 40 years. And if you catch a good expression on him, you might find out that, well, he's either very happy or bored. It's up to the viewer's interpretation. You've got, I think there's some kind of, how do you call that, dog shop over there. It's the same if you, some filter. What you can see is that actually that you can shoot through the windows, through the dogs, and get some kind of cool effects where you're actually not giving everything away to the viewer, you're just teasing him with some information about that photo. I shot that during daytime, being hit by direct light, and I thought that was really cool to actually omit parts of the image, for example the face of the duckman, and just keep the duckman, the butcher or the cook, however you want to call him, and really just keep him with the hand grabbing the meat. And for that, you can have so many stories around that. The one I had in my head was a little bit creepy, so I won't share it with you guys. But it's all about imagining something whenever you're taking a photo, and that is really, really important for me. Now, as I mentioned, there are a lot of distractions around you right now. I mean, look at that, there is so much happening. If you look at the fish shop again, there are like 20 people in front of it. So you really have to select which person you want to focus on. Who do you want to shoot? What do you want to tell about that story? That is the most important thing that you can do, in my opinion. And then once you know, well, you can use all the techniques we've seen to actually get the shot. How can you isolate your subject? Can you shoot through object? Can you frame your subject with other people? Can you shoot at shallow aperture to really have him stand out? Or should you, on the contrary, add more information and shoot at an aperture, for example, of f5.6 or f6, if you wanted to have a lot in the shot and focus. So it's really up to you. Wherever you're going, remember, look at your hand, look how it's being lit. Right now I'm being clearly lit a little bit by the shops on that left, so it adds a little bit of yellow. Here it's a lot cooler. You've got the cars in the background. It's super loud in New York City, but that's a little something I wanted to leave you with, and I want you to think about next time you go shoot. Thanks guys, bye.